still whistling, "Help, help!" Poor James disappeared.
Hello guys, it's TNF Disney G&E Fan 2009 back again. I'm here with another Thomas & Friends 80th Anniversary diecast review. Now, we've already covered Thomas, Percy, and the Ruby Thomas. So there's only two to three more reviews going ahead, unless I get my hands on the Storybook Thomas at some point. I don't know if I ever will though. And besides, I'm not getting my hands on the Solo Adventure Pack, which is a shame. Now, well. In today's review, we're going to be talking about that famous, splendid red engine with the bright red coat. That's right, it's James's turn to be reviewed now. I've got quite a bit to say about James, so without further ado, let's start looking at the packaging. It's basically the same as the Thomas and Percy packaging. We've got the Thomas and Friends logo, James's name, the 80th anniversary logo, the CGI James render. On the back, it's slightly different to the Thomas and Percy packaging. As you can see, it's got a recycling logo on there because for some reason they put that on the larger engines packaging and not the smaller ones. The Hit Entertainment logo is massive now for some reason. We've got Mattel there, made in Thailand, Britt Allcroft Thomas, 2025 limited. The Thomas website, I don't know if the Thomas website is still around. I know the Mattel one is, but I'm not sure about the Thomas and Friends one. Let's take a little look at James while he's in the packaging. I have heard that this James is not really the best in terms of accuracy and proportion, in terms of like height, because this James is tall. Let's just say that. I will be mentioning some flaws with this model because it's not as good as Thomas and Percy. But without further ado, before we can get onto that, first we've got to start attacking this box. I'm back, guys, and James is finally out of his now semi-destroyed packaging. I'll be taking this away to, say it with me, Bob's Machines, reduce, reuse, recycle! But first, I'm going to try and make it disappear. So, the 2025 James. On first glance, this is probably one of the most accurate Jameses besides Take and Play. The, like, pre-2014 Take and Play. Them versions of James, as well as Take Along, whoops, and this one are the most accurate versions of James in the diecast ranges as a whole. Let's start by taking a look at the front of this model, and James has got an entirely new face mould, which I like to see. It is quite big. It's bigger than Take and Play. But honestly, for this model, it actually works. I actually really like this new James face mold. It looks so much more like the CGI series. No offense to 2013 Take and Play, 2014 Take and Play, Adventures, or original Push Along, because them face molds are good as well, but this is definitely one of the best CGI James faces. Now, if we take a look at this side, as you can see, he's got rivet detailing like in Series 23, so I will be modifying him as usual. He's got grey wheels, gold side rods? I don't know why he's got gold side rods, they look so out of place. The lining on the boiler is a little bit off, but that's just modern Mattel sometimes nowadays. I like the fact that it's gold. Other Jameses have had gold lining in the past, but this is like the first one to have the gold lining since either Wooden Railway 2022 or original Push Along. Or minis if that counts. There isn't any cab windows on the cab, but I'm going to put them on myself, like I did with Thomas and Percy and the Ruby Thomas. His whistle is painted. It is painted in a goldish colour. It's not the strong gold. I might go over it with Sharpie to make it look like proper gold. But it looks good. It looks good. At least it's actually painted in somewhat of a gold colour. As you can see, there's little rivet details on his lining, on his, what's it called again? Oh yeah, wheel arches. I forgot what they were called for a minute. Sorry, guys. And now we get to James's tender, which is basically the All Legends Go push along James's tender. I don't personally mind that they reused the All Legends Go tender, but it does look sort of weird compared to the new CGI mold, but I don't think it's a huge flaw. In fact, I say it works decently well, considering it's from an older range. At least they actually remember to make the line work, the black line work, a lot darker to distinguish it from the All Legends Go line. He's even got the CGI wheels on there as well. So I don't personally mind that they've reused the All Legends Go tender. I mean, when you look at the size of them, I don't think it looks too bad. But I do think some other ranges have done this sort of thing a little bit better, like Tomy and Playrail, for example, and even Trackmaster. I mean, they're all my favourite ranges. So now if we turn James to the back, he has his back buffers painted. And he also has the inside of his cab moulded as well, which is a good sign. Not much to say there, although I will be modifying this. I'll be giving it a lamp on the back of the tender and the black lining, just like he has in the Railway series and Season 23 and 24. And now if we come to this side, it's pretty much the exact same as the opposite side, except this one is printed slightly better. There's still a little hiccup there, but that's not like, it's not that bad. And now if we take a look underneath this model, as you can see, James doesn't have any rivets underneath holding him together. He has screws, which is going to be easy to modify him. And I will be modifying this James in quite a few different ways. First things first, I will be giving him rivet detailing, like I've done to my other ones, just to make it look like Series 23. He's obviously getting a white running board. These parts here will have red over the top of them, just like in the show. As I just said before, he's going to get cab windows. I'm going to buy a second Thomas to probably take the lamp and put the lamp on. I might get two Thomases actually. I might put a lamp here on him. And I might do one for Percy as well, because I want these to be Series 23 accurate. I'm also going to be swapping the side rods with Thomas. And colouring the wheels black, because I prefer the black wheels. No disrespect to the grey wheels, but black is a lot more accurate to the show. I'll be putting rivet detail on the smoke box, just like how in Series 23. And as I just said with the tender, the black lining on the back as well as the lamp. I think it's time to do some comparisons with this James to some slightly older push-along Jameses, just like I've done in the other ones. Here is my All Legends Go push-along James. I can't remember when the last time was I showed him on the channel, or even if I showed him at all. But as you can see, my All Legends Go James has been modified. I've given him a lamp, cab windows, painted whistle. The wheels are from 3 All Legends Go push-along whiffs, because these wheels are a lot more accurate. Just look at these wheels compare to what originally came with this James that is on the screen. Oh my god, why did some of the All Legends Go models get horrible undetailed wheels. And I did the same to the tender, gave that one the wheels. Let's take a look at these two models side by side. For a start, the new 2025 one is a lot taller. It is a lot taller compared to the All Legends Go one. I think it might be the same size. Gonna place a bit of Tomy track on top. Yeah, it looks like the new CGI one it's just slightly bigger than the All Legends Girl one. Only just as well. Although, yet again, I'm not 100% sure myself, because I've already just measuring them. Let me just have a little look from the side. I'm gonna put my finger on there. Yeah, the All Legends Go one is taller. No, the CGI one is, sorry. The whistle is slightly thicker than it is on the All Legends Go one. Not much to say about the tenders because they're the exact same. But the All Legends Go one has got slightly thicker lining. This one's got more thinner, like in CGI. Apart from that, that's the same mould. The wheel arrangement is the same, which is a good thing, on both models. I'm not 100% sure which one I actually prefer, but if I had to pick one, it would probably be the new CGI one because of the design. It actually genuinely looks like a CGI James, despite the fact he's taller than Henry, which we will compare in another video whenever I get Henry. So let me just get rid of the All Legends Girl one very carefully. And now we're going to compare this James to the original Push Along James. I can't remember when it was when I first got the original Push Along James, but oh boy, does this one look not as good. This one was definitely a step in the wrong direction. Well, for a start, let me just go over positives. I like the fact he has the lamp irons and the black wheels. That's the only positives. As you can see, this one's got the grey wheels. This one's got more accurate black ones. The new one is more proportionate than the original, but that's to be expected because this original one sucks. It's not as bad as Thomas Wood, but it's bad. The tender is straight up disgusting, but at least it's got slightly better number 5. Oh, look at the handrails, so darn cheap. Right, I'm just going to say right now, this one has done it better. This original James is just bad. It's bad. So I'm gonna try and make this one derail. And Thomas is not coming to save him. Oof, straight into the All Legends Girl one. Oh boy. Now I'm gonna compare James to the other 2025 models. Let's start with the Thomases. The Ruby Thomas and the stock standard Thomas. Since they're both the exact same mould. As you can see, James has been moulded slightly bigger than Thomas and Thomas. Which is kind of accurate to the CGI series. Because they made James quite massive in CGI for some reason. Thomas looks better in proportions, but I don't know why, but there's something charming about... Apologies, guys. I honestly can't describe how I'm feeling about James being taller than Thomas, because I mean, it's accurate to the CGI series, but at the same time, it's still kind of weird in person. I don't know how I never had a problem with this in the CGI series. Gosh. If we take a look at the models from the side, including the Ruby trucks that came with the Ruby Thomas. As you can see, both of my Thomases have been modified. The Ruby one doesn't have any rivets. But man, James looks huge compared to them too. And just for the fun of it, I've taken the trucks away from Ruby Thomas and put them behind James, and oh my gosh! That actually looks pretty cool. That looks cool seeing James pulling trucks of Rubies. Even if they're supposed to go with this little fella. But honestly, them Ruby trucks, All Legends Go Rolling Stock looks really good up against that James. I don't know why. Now James is up against Percy, who has only just recently been modified. Sort of. There's only one more thing I'm going to add to him, and that is an extra lamp. I'll probably be doing the same to Henry whenever I get a Henry. Before we do the comparison, I'm just going to show you what I did to Percy since the last video. I've gave him river detailing using green paint pen, which looks really good. I've gave him cab windows. The cab's running off a little bit, but I did recolour it black. I gave him the white running board. Cylinders, as you can clearly see. They were made out of sanding cylinders. That was quite a tricky part to put on, but I did super glue them on. This wheel here is a little bit blocked by them, but he's still able to move, and he's still able to run on Tommy track. I gave him a lamp. This detail on the coal bunker. I've actually coloured in most of the coal. I gave him back cab windows. Rivets on the buffer beams. And I have super glued the chassis in because drilling it out was a really tricky process for me. I even got some of the side rods to fit inside the cylinders. That's because I had to cut a certain piece off of them. Can you see the little flash there? I had to cut off some of the side rods, like one very specific peg at the end of the side rods to get the cylinders to fit. Just imagine if Mattel actually released Percy like this. Now I actually don't mind that face on this Percy, because look at it, it actually looks like Season 23 Percy, besides that number 6, obviously. Here he is compared to James, and James looks incredibly huge compared to him. Just look at that. If we put them side by side, as you could clearly see, Percy and Thomas are little bugs, if Cranky was here, that is, compared to James. But at the same time, I'm just going to sound like a broken record. What I'm trying to say is, oh, you guys know. This James is massive compared to both Thomas and Percy, but Thomas and Percy are both the best ones in that range. So that's basically my review of the new 2025 Push Along James. What do you guys think of this James? It's the third or fourth best in the range. I'm yet to review Henry. I don't know when I'll get my hands on Henry because I'll have to get him online. But what do you guys think of this James? Do you think it was the best James? Because, honestly, I don't know. It's tied with Take and Play as the best diecast for James. What do you guys think of this James? Don't forget to let me know in the comments and subscribe to the channel for more videos to come in the future. I'll see you guys next time. Here's James!